because this one right here made the difference between me deciding and me doing. Deciding and me doing. I've always decided, this is going to be my year. I'm deciding to lose more weight, to be healthier. I'm deciding to make more money. I'm deciding to not go into this year how I came out of last year. That people like deciding. Well, let me take you back to elementary school. English, ing, present participle, right? But it can also be not just a verb form, but an independent noun. For an example, I like traveling. Well, that's now a noun. Just because I like traveling doesn't mean I actually travel. You see that? And so if you're not careful, people are just always deciding, but deciding and execution are not always congruent. This is what messed me up. You remember that old story about, hey, there's 4 birds on a branch. 3 decide to fly off of the branch. How many are left? People are like, there were 4, 3 decided to fly off. So that's 1. No, all 4 are still on the branch because 3 just made a decision. They didn't actually fly. This was huge for me because I kept deciding that, man, I'm making a decision. I'm going to file taxes earlier. I'm making a decision that I'm not eating fast food. I'm making a decision. People are always deciding, and it does not align all the time with execution. Why? Let's talk about that, because I'm telling you, it messed me up. Because I hear it all the time. People just fall in love with deciding. Man, I'm deciding, but they never do. 3 things typically hold people back from actually doing what it is they decided to do. You know what I mean? I'm deciding, I'm going to make a decision. 3 things. 1, fear. You know that. Fear, that emotion that typically has us experiencing some type of anticipation of danger or pain. Right? That's that anticipation. Like, oh no, what if this happens? I'm fearful, right? And typically that's accompanied by some type of flee or fight. Fear is typically accompanied by some type of flight or flee or fight. And here's what I had to talk to myself about, guys. I had to talk myself into, what if there were no exit doors to flee? Right? Because otherwise you're like, too many people told me no. A lot of people in real estate haven't sold a home. That's that flee, right? Because that anticipation of pain. This is going to hurt because everybody's going to know I failed. Or that anticipation of pain. I'm losing money. But we're not thinking about who we're becoming along the way, right? So, but what if all the exit doors there were no exit doors. They were cemented. Now you can't flee. There is no flight. The only thing left in this fear is fight, because typically fear ushers in flee or fight. And what if there was only fight? This is how I taught myself into, man, there's only fight left. What if there was only fight left, right? That was it. So fear, had to work on fear. Maybe next self-talk, I'll talk about how I overcame these 3. But these are 3 things that stop us from executing on the thing we decided to do. Number 1, fear. Number 2, doubt. Doubt, uncertainty, right? I'm just unsure. What if? And here's what we do. We do the what if when we're unsure. And I just had to shift that, right? The reciprocal of it. Like, what if it doesn't work? What if it does? What if I'm not good enough? What if you are? What if I don't make any money? What if you do? Right? So I just shifted, because everything is uncertain. Almost everything in life is uncertain. You're just unsure. So I'd rather be unsure and have the opportunity to win big than to be unsure and know I'm going to be in the same place I was last year. That's doubt. The last thing, because there's 3 things that stop us from not just executing on the thing we decide to do, but continuing to make decision, but never do anything. The last thing is the opinions of others. Find the opinions of others. Opinion. What's an opinion? It's personal judgment or thought, not even founded on proof typically, because opinion, right? So somebody's judgment. And I just had to, you've heard me say it, perhaps if you've been following me for a while, or perhaps you've been coached by me. I say, look, if you buy people's opinions, you buy their lifestyle. And let me break that down. That simply means that I'm willing to trade places with that person. I'm willing to say, hey, look, based on their opinion, I'm willing to put myself where they are. And that's not normally the case. And look, they may be a great person. They maybe the nicest person in the world, great morals, great character. But I may not want to buy their opinion in business. You guys got what I'm saying? I may not want to buy their opinion in building something they haven't built before. It's their personal judgment. So it's not easy to overcome these 3 things. I'm just saying them like they're easy. They're not, man. This is some serious self-talk. And remember, it's what you tell yourself about all these 3 things. Because the story you tell yourself about yourself and the things that you're embracing throughout that day or perhaps repelling throughout that day, and I just embrace it. I'm gonna be uncertain anyway. I'm gonna go do it. Hey, look, I'm probably gonna have that fear, a little bit of fear of that pain. I'm just gonna do it anyway. Hey, people are gonna have their opinions anyway. I'm just gonna do it anyway. So it's not like I eliminated those three. I just did it in the presence of those three things. All right, Self-Talk Sundays, baby. Remember, the story you tell yourself about yourself eventually determines what you attract for yourself. I'm on one today, man. I'm excited about where you can be by not just making a decision, not by deciding, but actually let's do something now and stay consistent with the thing you're doing, regardless of the results you see. Man, sounds easy. I know it's hard, but guess what? Choose your hard. Hard to stay broke. It's also hard to make a change, but make the change. Decide and then execute. Let's go win big. See you guys at the top.